In film school, they always say, write what you know. Mm-hmm. And what do I know? I know South Central Los Angeles. So I just started hanging out with Fatback and some of my old folks, and then listening to NWA and Eazy-E's album. And I said, I'm gonna make this movie. It's gonna be called Boys in the Hood.
Today, so here I'm at Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills. Been here many times. This is Paul from Paulito's Way. Normally I do grave visits for my channel by myself, but Paul does a lot of them on his channel. You should subscribe to his channel. And he's seeming to be very quiet, respectful, especially when there's people around that are visiting their loved ones. And as you notice, in the beginning of the video, you may have noticed I put the grave said Walker. That's Paul Walker. I visited his grave before, so have you. And what's interesting is Paul Walker was directed by John Singleton in Too Fast, Too Furious, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're here today to visit the grave of John Singleton, one of my favorite directors. He directed Boys in the Hood. I mean, that's one of my all-time, that's in my top 5 movies of all time. And I love Higher Learning. He did
Shaft,
Baby Boy. We were talking Four Brothers. So many movies. Poetic Justice. I mean, just think of those movies, put them in order, like Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, Poetic Justice, Four Brothers,
classics, huh?
Yeah, and Shaft, and Too Fast, Too Furious. I mean, he had quite a career, and sadly, he died in 2019, April 20th, 2019, right? Complications of a stroke. But he's buried right here in an unmarked grave, still unmarked to this day, right here. So here's his grave right here, and find a grave can be usually correct, and you can tell by the numbers. His plot number is 2337, which is right here. So this is where John Singleton, father of 8 children, native of Los Angeles, grew up in South Los Angeles. Big Star Wars fan, I just found out.
Yeah, Star Wars pretty much influenced him, and Steven Spielberg
was big influence on him too. And as I talk about in my Boys in the Hood video, Stand By Me greatly influenced Boys in the Hood. So it's not really a headstone to leave my traditional rock, but put one right there for Mr. Singleton. He's only 51 years old. That's extremely young. So we were just talking, you were telling me, and I remember this. He was the youngest and the first African American ever to be nominated for Best Director for Boys in the Hood. That's crazy. At 24 years old.
Well, he's the best. He was the the first African American and first youngest.
Yeah, so two.
Two.
Yeah, it's incredible. Producer, director, actor, wow. Writer, of course. Yeah, John Singleton. That was shocking. It was really shocking when he passed away.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, what did he say? We were talking about it in the
He's
car.
sad. He lost a
Like a
brother,
brother.
mentor.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Because he gave an insight into African American life that not a lot of nobody else was really giving at that time in the early 90s.
Yeah.
He was a pioneer. So yeah, sometimes the graves sit unmarked for a while. Hopefully he gets a headstone soon.
They just put a Burt Reynolds barely.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds just got one, yeah. But he wasn't, Burt Reynolds was just, I think his ashes were interred there. So family holds on to the ashes for a long time. Sometimes then they do it. But he's been buried for 2 years now. But I'm assuming that there will be a headstone at some point. Sometimes it just takes the family longer to grieve. Sometimes it takes them longer to choose the right headstone. Could be many reasons why.
Maybe you just don't want to bother with it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's the last thing on their mind. They're still mourning. But right here was John Singleton. Boys in the Hood changed the game for movie making, for everything, man. That was just that movie is incredible. And to be if that's your first movie, how do you top that? But he went on to continued success. Really, really sad. 51 years old. All right, thanks for coming along, Paul. Everybody, thanks for coming along. If you're a John Singleton fan, hope you got to pay your respects to this video. Peace to John Singleton and his family. Hope he's resting peacefully. Peace out. So, this is a few months later. You've just been watching this video, and John Singleton's grave was unmarked. But I'm back here at Forest on Hollywood Hills, and his headstone is here. And I think probably on the footage that you just watched, I mentioned that I would think that there's going to be a headstone at some point. And I happened to come by to check, and here it is. So that video that you just watched was filmed a few months ago. And the headstone is now here. Perfect. And I'm going to show it to you. And there it is, a picture of John Singleton. 01/06/1968, January 6, 1968 to April 20th, 2019. Devoted son, father, brother, and friend. Legendary storyteller. So I probably said, I can't remember what I said on the other video, but I've been editing it, but it's been a while since I was working on it, and that usually it does take a bit of time sometimes, but a headstone usually does go up, and it's a great looking headstone. Great picture of him, John Singleton. All right, now saying again, peace out.